paranormal. Seeing lights. Hard to shadow know that something waits. Signals, the senses hum. Geeks paranormal, hear the spirits come. Stream and live to the curious eyes. Cameras flicker while the phantom flies. Every creak in the floor, every cold breeze is a secret the shadows whisper with ease. Protest a voice calm, but the pulse is high. Your driving pulses meet the other wordless sky. Bassline driving like footsteps in the hall. Guitar riffs wail as the shadows call. Poltergeist energy in the dance floor glow. Geeks paranormal makes the haunted show.
Voices in the dark, can you hear them scream? Streaming to the living in the dream. Ghost in the static, moving with the beat. Geeks paranormal, feel the night's heartbeat. Candles flicker, screens light the haze. You're trying storming a spectral maze. From haunted halls to the digital streams, we chase the shadows, we chase the dreams.
Infrared lights scanning the room. Specters appear in the EJM gloom. Podcaster insight streamers, keen eye tracking the spirits as they float and fly. Spooky whispers ride the certain line. Respond like a portal through space and time. Every note builds tension in the haunted air. Geeks paranormal, the ghosts beware. Crowds at home watching the pulse unfold. Stories of the night in the vision was told. Dance with the phantoms, EDM embrace. Ghosts and humans share the same space.
Voices in the dark, can you hear them scream? Streaming to the living in the dream. Ghost in the static, moving with the beat. Geeks paranormal, feel the night's heartbeat. Candles flicker, screens light the haze. Trying storm in a spectral maze. From haunted halls to the digital streams, we chase the shadows, we chase the dreams. Whispers grow, machines hum,
Ghosts rise,
lights flicker.
heartbeat slows, darkness pulses.
Are you ready? Streams cut to black.
Silence holds
Only the static
in Geeks paranormal.
in the shadows,
Investigating,
streaming,
podcasting.
forever chasing the unseen.
to the curious eyes. Cameras flicker while the phantom flies. Every creak in the floor, every cold breeze is a secret the shadows whisper with ease. Protest a voice calm, but the pulse is high. Adrenaline pulses meet the other wordless sky. Baseline driving like footsteps in the hall. Guitar riffs wail as the shadows call. Poltergeist energy in the dance floor glow. Geeks paranormal makes the haunted show.
Voices in the dark, can you hear them scream? Streaming to the living, living in the dream. Ghost in the static, moving with the beat. Geeks paranormal, feel the night's heartbeat. Candles flicker, screens light the haze. Your trike storm in a spectral maze. From haunted halls to the digital streams, we chase the shadows, we chase the dreams.
Infrared lights scanning the room. Spectacles appear in the E.P.P gloom. Part tester insight streamers, keen eye tracking the spirits as they float and fly. Spooky whispers ride the circle line. Bend like a portal through space and time. Every note builds tension in the haunted air. Geeks paranormal, the ghosts beware. Crowds at home watching the pulse unfold. Stories of the night in the vision was told. Dance with the phantoms, EDM embrace. Ghosts and humans share the same space.
Voices in the dark, can you hear them scream? Streaming to the living, living in the dream. Ghost in the static, moving with the beat. Geeks paranormal, feel the night's heartbeat.
And action. You're supposed to say the lines.
Oh, is it? I gotta say that?
Yes.
Public service announcement. The views and opinions are the
Fuck that bullshit. They are my opinions and my guests, no one else's. Remember, this show ain't for chitlins' ears, so listening discretion and viewing discretion is advised. This is a paranormal horror crime show, so the scenes and the sounds could be a little terrifying to those little ears and those little eyeballs. And of course, there's obviously cussing. I mean, it's me. Also, please don't do anything that these stupid ass people do in this video or this podcast. This is for entertainment purposes and for you guys to listen with your ears. Consume the knowledge. And now, time for the show.
Whispers in the static. Flickering lights. The night is listening. G.E.E.K.S paranormal. Shadows know that something waits. Late night signals, the sensors hum. Geeks paranormal, hear the spirits come. Streaming live to the curious eyes. Cameras flicker while the phantom fly. Poltergeist energy in the dance floor glow. Geeks paranormal makes the haunted show.
Haunted halls to the digital streams. We chase the shadows, we chase the dreams.
What is up, everybody? It's Shauna with Exploring the Paranormal Perspective and founder of Geeks Paranormal, or you can just call me Geeks. Most everybody does. I have a wonderful, fantabulous guest on my show tonight. And the reason I say this is because I've known Scotty for, 10 years?
Long time.
Long time.
At least 10. At least 10, if not more. So.
Right. I think it may be a little bit more. But anyway, I finally have had the chance to get him on my show this year. And thank you so much for coming on, Scotty. Let's go ahead and get started with who are you and what got you into the paranormal?
All right. So I'm actually a nobody.
No, he is a somebody, y'all.
I'm a nobody. But anyway, I'm Scotty Rorek. I'm a psychic medium. I live in Madison, Wisconsin. So that's kind of cool. Kind of to answer the question, it's a long story, but we'll go way back in the way back machine. We'll go back in the way back machine. So I was born in a no, I won't go that far. But anyway, I was born in just right outside of Racine, Wisconsin. And when I was a kid, I would be able to see and hear spirits all the time. In my room in our house, if I left my door open at night, spirits would come down the hallway and sit and talk with me at night, and I would see all kinds of spirits. And then one night I shut my door, and then nobody came in, so I was like kind of weirded out. I was like, "What?" So the next night I opened it again, they came in. The next night I shut it, and nobody came in. So that's kind of my first stop at protecting myself. Was now I knew how to shut the door. So I kind of still use that. I kind of still use that mentally in my meditations now. Kind of shutting my door. I'm done for the night. You know, you shut your building, lock your door, and turn off the lights. You know, you're done. I can get some sleep then. You know. But yeah, it happened early on. And I when I was a kid, I thought everybody could do it. Because I'd go to school and I'd say, hey, Billy, your grandfather came and said hi to me last night. He goes, how could he? He's dead. And I'm like going, oh, okay. So, and then I would tell people about their new bikes, and they go, how do you know? I just got it yesterday. Yeah, I know. And you haven't been over, so. And we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have, you know, it was the 60s. There's no such thing as that. No internet.
Not this carry a computer around with you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's no such thing as that. We had a cell phone. Yeah, it was on the wall, and you had to go pick it up, and hold it, and dial. Yeah, you had to remember those numbers. But anyway, so I always thought it, but then it started getting really weird. All my life, I started getting really picked on all the time because of my gifts. So I actually decided that I didn't want to do it anymore. So after I was a kid, I mean, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 10. I kind of stopped and I said, okay, I'm done. And I kind of turned it off. I wish I never did, but that's why I'm out now trying to do what I do, is because I never want anyone to feel like I did.
Right.
I never had anyone to turn to. Because there's no books, nothing on it. You know?
Right.
So it was just a weird time. So I went and I decided to go to school at University of Wisconsin at Oshkosh. I got a job. I got a degree in theater, and my work study job was I got to work in the theater as the tech director.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. And so I would be there all hours of the night, every night. One day I was it's middle afternoon. I'm going up into the prop room upstairs. I walk up to the prop room, I open the door, and there's a lady standing right there in front of there. And I screamed because I was like, and I've turned all my gifts off, so I didn't even think about, what it was. And then I'm screaming, running out of the room, and all the kids came out of the classrooms because the theater was in a class building too. And they go, what's wrong? What's happening? What's happening? I said, I just saw a ghost. And they said, what? And I went, oh, shit. Anyway, I said, dang. I said, now I just came out to everybody in college. But now it was a different time. I mean, we're in the 80s.
It is.
And it was a different time. And all of a sudden, I got so many dates. My dance card was booked because everybody wanted to go out with the guy who saw ghosts. And then what's kind of funny was that's when Ghostbusters came out too.
Yeah.
Then they had the library ghost, a very similar scene. So mine
Yeah.
happened first, and then the Ghostbusters came out. So I said Ghostbusters stole my shit.
They did.
That's what I
They
say.
did.
And then there's a movie called Rocket Man, and
Mhm.
in Rocket Man, there's a scene in there which I swear they stole my shit too, because in there they said they were walking on this planet, and Rocket Man was talking, he was lost and stuff. He says, did you ever? When I was a kid, I used to see bakers, and that's what I used to call my spirits back in the '60s, bakers, because they were white. They were
Right?
not, they were more what opaque, I think it is the term,
Yeah.
and you could see through them. So they came out to me as white. So I just called them bakers because that's what who all were all white back then was bakers.
Oh.
So I would call them bakers, and I thought that was being funny with it, but everybody thought it just made more fun with me.
So when you see
bakers.
spirits, they're white. They're all white.
Yeah.
There's no color.
No, they're opaque color. So they're
Okay.
they're like us. So instead of this being black, this is really light gray.
Oh, so kind of like, well, I would say like a negative dim sort of.
Yeah, very similar.
Oh, okay.
The red would, I still would know that this is red, but it's so pink or so light. It's just very different. It's just super white. That's the best way I can explain how I see spirits.
Oh, wow. So whenever you're talking to spirits, like does any spirit ever like say, hold on a moment and walk away? Or do they come back? Or do they kind of like, how does it
that's
work?
funny because it happens both ways. I was at the amusement park in Wisconsin Dells. We were at the water park, and there's roller coasters and stuff, and bumper cars and all kind of fun stuff. And we're there, and the spirit keeps coming up to me. He goes, "You got to talk to my cousin. He's right there. He's right there. You got to talk to my cousin. He's right there." I said to him, "Can't you see him with my family?" No. I said, "If you are able to get your cousin to come talk to me, then I will talk to your cousin. And I will tell him that you're here." I said, "So that's your job. You got to go get him, because I don't know where your cousin is in his healing. I don't know where your cousin is in his grief. I don't know where he is in his belief. And I'm not the one that's going to come up and force that on someone." And that's the way I've always been, because that's what my wife Terry, she always says to me, she goes, "Why don't you go up to people like Teresa does?" I said, "No, I don't do that. I won't go. If anyone comes up to me and talks to me about ghosts, I go all off. I'm all in, because you opened it up.
Yeah.
You gave me permission to talk about spirit and ghosts, so I will talk to you about spirit and ghosts.
Right.
But I'm not just going to come up to a random person and say, and give them a reading or type of stuff. I just don't do that. And then the weirdest part of my gifts is I can't give readings to my closest friends and family.
Really? Is it like blocks you off, or?
It knocks me the way off, because my spirit guy told me it was a way of cheating. He says we all have to believe. We all have to understand and believe. We can't always, focus on spirit to give us the answers. So that's why you don't give anything for your family or myself. I can't read myself.
Oh man.
I know,
Well,
it's
that's
kind of crappy, but
it is
I
crappy.
can give everybody else everything. I can give you the numbers. I can give you this, that. I can't give me nothing.
Oh my gosh. Be like, hey, come on, spirit guy, just a little bit, please.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's
a
fun with
little.
them, because they've been able to. I've done questions about the universe and stuff with them, and they can give me that type of stuff. So I've sitting down and we've done a dramatic talks with my spirit guy. My spirit guy's name was Steve, by the way.
Steve?
And, yep. So the first time I met Steve was he has a Greek name and I couldn't pronounce it. So he just said, "Hey, would you just freaking call me Steve?" I said, "Okay." It was like Akanakam, something like that. Some big old Greek name. But by the way, Steve is hot.
Oh, well, dang it. I wish I could see
He's
him.
a Greek god. Well, if you ask, just gotta ask. He'll be there. He comes to everybody. He comes to all my students. He comes to anyone that I work with. He goes all over the place. He loves it.
Well, Steve, come visit me.
But yeah, that's funny. He does that. But yeah, we sat down and we've done, like a lot of talks. Like we've done heaven and hell. We've done Where Do You Go, and we've talked demons and all that type of stuff, and I've got what they gave me from them, and it has nothing to do with religion or anything today because it doesn't match.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't
So it's
match.
not like there's no heaven, there's no hell. It's just like an energy purgatory.
No, there's the other side. I call it.
The other side.
Yeah. So when you cross over, okay. So if you're a spirit, but that's why I call spirits and ghosts two different things. Okay, for a spirit, I will call it a spirit is someone who's died that you know and love, and they've crossed all the way over to the other side. So they're on the other side. A lot of people call it heaven. I call it Summerland because I'm a spiritualist. So we call it Summerland, but it's the other side. It's when you cross all the way over, your body's left your body, and you cross your soul all the way over to the other realm. That doesn't mean you can't come back. That just means you crossed over 100%.
Right.
And then when you cross over 100%, you're forgiven of all your sins. You have to go through life review and that type of stuff, but you're forgiven.
Right.
And everything that you've held on to all your life is gone. Prejudices, racism, all that stuff is gone because you're forgiven.
Nice.
You're forgiven. You're able to understand and see what the bigger picture is. So that's what a spirit is. So if we're working with spirits, that's them. Now ghosts are, on the other hand, are different. Ghosts are people who have died but haven't crossed all the way over.
Oh.
They're
So
in
those
the
are the
earth.
ones that are bothering you.
Yep, those are. Well, I mean, the spirits do too, but that's different. But I know the difference right away. Like when we do like at the Bell Mansion, I knew right away if it was a ghost or a spirit. I know right away. I always say that right away because a spirit always comes to you with love. They come with understanding. You know, you can feel that.
Yeah.
A ghost, no way. It's just like a bully comes to you for right now in life. That's what ghosts are.
That was absolutely amazing what you did that night because he comes to me, guys, and he goes, "Did you get a chance to look at the house?" And I said, "No, I just don't want to do it right now because there's so many people here. I'd love to come back and, investigate it by myself." And he was like, "Go to the basement." Just out of the blue, go to the basement. And I'm sitting here alone. I'm going to the basement. And I grab everybody that I can think of. I'm like, okay, I'm going to the basement. Come to the basement with me. Only 2 people went to the basement with me, and that was Ken and Pam. Adrian and Tina were going to go if you were going to go. But since you didn't go, they didn't go. And I'm like, well, you missed out because we got so much stuff going on down there. It was not even funny. It was absolutely phenomenal. So there's one way you guys can tell he's legit because the minute I tell him, I just go to the basement. I'm going to the basement.
I'm just glad you listen.
I know, right? Well, I've heard a lot of good things about you.
I knew the spirits and the ghosts were down there, and I understood the space, but that's what I do all the time. I mean, when I investigate with teams, I have my own team now. It's called the Mad City Ghostbusters, and we'll get into why all that is here. Well, it kind of deals with my past anyway. But anyway, I'm all over the place right now.
It's
anyway,
okay. I'm all over the place too.
everyone says I look like Joe Biden. So if you hear me go, come on, man, I've lost everything I thought of. I'm just gone. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
The truth is, I work at a car dealer. One guy came up to me, "Are you Joe Biden?" I guess I look like him, but
I don't think you look like him.
Okay, good, thank you. The other person I get all the time is Ric Flair.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, that's a little.
I know that too. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take Ric Flair. I don't know.
I'd rather take Ric Flair than Joe Biden.
Yeah, me too. But anyway, so I always get off track ever since the stroke.
You're fine.
But anyway, so that's what I do with our team. Is I go in and then I sense where all the activity is going to be, and that's where we put up our cameras. That's where we investigate. That's where we go. We don't do other rooms. I know that when like Scott Tepperman and Paul Bradford were on Ghost Hunters International, I'd always call them and say, "You guys were in the wrong room." They said, "Why don't you call us ahead of time?" I said, "Well, because you don't listen."
I tell people that listen, not people that just ignore me.
Right. Right. But anyway, so let's go all the way back. So Ghostbusters came out in the 80s too when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden that helped my dance card even more because I got more dates because now all of a sudden they saw men in spiritual stuff, not just the women that, and I didn't even ever really know what a medium was. So, but Ghostbusters came out in that time, and that was the first time in my life that I ever thought or even felt normal.
Right.
Was through Ghostbusters. And so I've now since told Dan Aykroyd that, and I've told Ernie Hudson that. And I was at a show in Chicago with Ernie Hudson. My table was like here, Ernie's was like just right over off the side here. And he was getting all these people asking me, all these people telling him ghost stories all day. And Ernie finally says to the people, he goes, "Hey guys, I'm an actor. I play a Ghostbuster in a movie. I don't do it." He points, then he goes over to me. He goes, "He's the real Ghostbuster." Talk to him. I started crying. I was like, "Holy hell!" I mean, I was told by Ghostbusters that I'm a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, you're
So
a Ghostbuster.
That's why I live Ghostbusters now, and that's why my team's called Mad City Ghostbusters. That's why I have an Ecto. I now have two Ectos. There's a new movie that just came out, the Frozen Empire one. And
yes, I love that one.
That
was
movie,
a good
they
one.
hit me with the black fan.
Yes.
And they've got all their new stuff. So I created a black fan. I have the original one, and I have a black fan. So we take those to parades, and we do all that type of stuff for it, But yeah, and then we created so not only do we create a show team that does fundraising, and we do stuff for Make-A-Wish, we do stuff for children's hospitals, for people with disabilities. We do all kinds of stuff like that.
That's
and
awesome.
the parades and stuff are for that. And then we have some of the people that just do the parade stuff and cosplay stuff, and then some people that just do the paranormal stuff, and some people that do both. So we got a kind of a wide team. Not everybody wants to do everything. So
that's cool.
We have a gentleman that's Carlos, and he won't mind me saying he's black, and he goes, "No way in hell am I going to a haunted house with you." He says, "If you want to, we can film it. I'll be the first one to run the hell out of the house." And say, "Oh no, hell no, I'm out of here." He's so funny all the time when he says that.
I have a couple of black friends that I've been trying to get to go on investigations with me, and they're like, "Oh, no way. No way.
Damn.
I won't do it." I'm like,
Damn.
"But it'll be fun." They're like, "No, maybe for you."
But so that's why if you see me and you know me and you understand me, that's why I have all Ghostbuster stuff and I wear it all the time. It's just because
That is cool.
That's the way for me to feel normal.
Right.
And I still do. I mean, there's a lot of people that call you out. I mean, I know when I came out as a medium, there were so many people. I lost so many friends because they're like, "How can you do that?" Well, I kind of do it, and we kind of did it before I called myself it. How did I understand where everything was at all these locations? It wasn't until Derek Acora. Remember Derek Acora? Did you ever? He was on the show Most Haunted, the one.
Oh,
from
yes.
England. Yeah.
Yes.
He was the medium from there. I had him on my radio show back then. We had radios. We didn't have podcasts, but yet we were recording stuff, so it was early podcasts, I guess. Yep. Anyway, Derek was on, and I kind of fooled him that night. I said, I'm the host, and whenever anyone comes on my show that's a medium, you have to give the host a reading. And I was just making it up. I didn't expect him to give me a reading. He gave me a reading on air, and everything he told me is everything I've done since.
Wow, really?
And he told me about Steve. He said, you and Steve will be stronger than me and Sam.
Wow.
And everything he said that night on that radio show came true. Everything.
Oh my God.
I was freaked. So we talked after. He goes, "You haven't put out your single yet." He goes, "Do it." Because I told you what's going to happen, and I put it out, and that's when I lost friends again. But ever since then, everything's been going great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's a different time now.
Yeah, and I'm glad it is. But I'm also in the other mindset that not everything's paranormal.
No, it's not.
And because of my work with my spirit guides, I know don't mind me getting controversial. I'm jumping up on my soapbox.
I don't
Here-
mind at all. Go for it.
Here I go. Okay, everyone out there is no hell.
Sorry to break it to you.
Nope, there's no hell. First of all, any loving God, if there's truly a God, and I put in my quotes, but if there's a God, they wouldn't, because I'm a parent, there's no way I would ever send my kids away forever because they did anything wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. You were born in his image. You were born like him. How can somebody doing that condemn you and hate you? That's going to throw you in a pit of hell for the rest of your life. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Sorry, it doesn't make sense. And like I said, I've been doing this since the 60s. I've never, ever had a reading that I've done for people. And you know how many readings I do? Tons. I've never had a reading that has ever talked to me about hell. Ever.
What about the demons and demonologists and stuff?
See, I fight with them all the time, too. Bishop Long, Christina Rake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know him. I understand him. With what's his name? James Anino? Is that his name? I think so. Something like that. Anyway,
Something like that. Sorry in advance if that's not it.
Sorry. Come on, man. So, but anyway, so I've had many discussions with him, and I just don't see that. I know the fact that there's spirits that are nasty, and I'm not saying there's no evil. I'm saying there's no demons.
Right. So it's just nasty spirits taking over people's bodies and minds?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I mean, because everybody can get possessed. That's easy. I mean, because how do you think I channel? I let spirits come into my body so I can. I mean, possession is there. I mean, it's part of it. It's the fact that you don't know what you're doing and that they get stuck because you don't want or you like it and you get it out. You know, so there's a lot of things that goes with it that has to be taught before you do it. But the fact that there's a creature that was created just to be evil doesn't make them evil because they don't know the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah, I get it.
How can that be evil if they don't know the difference and they're not choosing to be wrong?
Right.
That's evil. Because I did Fox Hollow Farms, and I was one of the first mediums there, and Herb Baumeister in that place, who killed all those gay guys and brought them to the house. He's evil. He's still there. His spirit is still. He's a ghost. He's still there.
Oh God.
To me, that's evil.
Yeah.
Not a demon, but an evil. And he could cause the same type of stuff when you're at his place. He can cause possessions. He can cause you to get sick. He can cause you to do this. That's the same stuff it is, but it's not a creature created by a fallen angel.
Right. Oh my gosh. I can see it. I can totally see it.
Yeah. And I know I get out of my soapbox on that, but then other mediums get into that same thing. And then they tell people, oh, you got a demon in your house. You got to get out. What the hell are you talking about? And I don't like that either. I'm here to call people out if they're totally bonkers on their beliefs.
Right.
I know it's just beliefs, and I know it's mine too. But I've had way more experience. I've had way more use at it, and I got a lot of people that agree with me. I mean, I have a whole faith that agrees with me. The spiritualist faith. Everyone in there believes that we all live on.
Well, how do you handle the skeptics that will sit there and argue with you?
I don't. I argue back. Most of the time I say to them, I say, "Hey, I understand what you think, and I understand that's fine." And we're in a free society. We live in the United States of America, and so far we're still free.
Knock on wood.
So far we're still free. So everybody has the right to think whatever they want to, and everyone has the right to say what they want, and that's okay with me. I understand that. And I understand that's your belief because you believe through Christianity. I know my wife my wife used to be ultra right Christian, and after she met me, she finally keeps seeing all these people that are mediums, and she realized that because she was always told mediums were bad, and we're channeling the devil,
Yeah.
and it's you're not channeling the devil, you're channeling my dad, you're channeling grandpa, you're channeling, that doesn't make sense, So she took, because she used to debate, like she used to bring Jehovah's Witnesses into our house to try to convert witness to Christianity.
Yeah.
Okay. So see how far ultra right she was. Then she took the same tool she took to all the other faiths, she took to Christianity, and that fell apart faster than most other new faiths. And she'll debate you for hours. She'll jump in and take over.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just because to her everything just fell apart because the faith, not what they said, because and I won't get into all of it. I mean, Jesus wrote nothing down. Everything that was quoted to him was written 70 to 100 years later.
Mm-hmm.
That's like you and me talking tonight, and you writing a book about me 70 years from now.
Right.
Are you going to remember what we talked about today? Maybe the
Hell
gist.
no. I'll have to go online and watch the podcast again.
You'll get the gist. Oh yeah, I remember Scotty said no demons, but that's all you're going to remember.
No demons. There's no demons. There's no hell.
Yeah, that's all you'll remember. But now go ahead 7 years from now and write it. Write it down.
Write it down.
Yeah, and then I'll just one other quick thing, and then we'll go back to stuff. But modern Christianity is a Pauline Christianity, because the Apostle Paul, or that's what they call him, but Paul did all the writing of a lot of the New Testament. Paul did, and Paul never walked with Jesus, but he knew everything about Jesus. And so Paul said, so this is my thing. Paul was either a medium or he was full of BS. Mm-hmm. Because he doesn't believe in mediums, but yet he said he got all these divine thoughts from Jesus.
Yeah.
But that was what a medium does. Yep. Jesus was a medium.
Yep.
He was.
Because he would talk to God.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Paul. Jesus was a medium.
Jesus was a medium. Get over it.
Yeah. Get over it. We're all
okay. So your spiritual resume, because we were talking about your radio hosting, your medium, educator, mentor. Do you ever sleep?
Yeah, I go to bed at a certain time and I tell spirits leave me alone, and I get up right in the morning, start again. No, I mean, yeah, I'm busy. Yeah, that's fine. But then again, like I said earlier, I'm here to show people that a spiritual life is so much better to live than to live non-spiritual.
Right.
And I'm not saying religious here. I'm saying spiritual. Belief in the other side. Belief in I call it the oneness. You can call it God. You can do it whatever you want to. I don't mind, because it all is the same thing. The oneness means I believe we're all one. I believe we're all, so that's how we're created in God's image. See, they even said it back then, but they spun it to make it like ours is better than yours, because they wanted money from you. But we all are one. I mean, it's like a hand. Right now, you only see my fingers. You think we're all individuals, right? But you don't know that we're all connected. See that here now we're all connected.
Yeah.
That's how we talk to each other.
Right down there. Yeah.
Everybody just sees themselves like this. Oh, we're all individuals. But you're not. You're all part of one.
So the energy. It's like the vast energy that's
right
within our. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, we're all one. And that's how we understand each other. That's how empathy works. That's how a lot of our spiritual gifts work, is by understanding the oneness and understanding the energies of others. And that's the only way to do it, is by being all together.
Well, kind of walk us through what it's actually like when you connect with someone on the other side. Is it kind of like a phone call, FaceTime, or trying to understand a drunk text from a friend, or
All of the above. It is actually all of the above. It's kind of funny because some spirits I can FaceTime that I can see them clearly. I understand them. I can hear them clearly. Sometimes I get sometimes I Facebook Messenger them, and I don't hear everything clearly. Sometimes I can't get a picture. I can only hear them. Sometimes I can only get a picture and I see their mouths moving. Sometimes I get neither, and then I have to get thoughts. So there's a lot of different, and I think that's the energy of the spirit, and I think that's how long they've been on the other side too, is because if you've been there quite a while, you kind of understand how to do things more.
Oh, so like the newer ones kind of sound like the drunk text, while the older ones are the FaceTime. Oh,
Right.
I got you. And then you got the in-betweeners that are trying to get things out and just talking to you with their mouth moving, like an old Japanese film.
The millennials, and the and Gen Xers, and then the baby boomers. You can definitely see guys from the 20s, the working one. You can see them.
What's kind of the? Go ahead.
No, I just said it just all depends on the spirit. It's not really any different for me because I have the gifts to see everything. I see, hear, feel, smell. Last night when we were doing an investigation, we all smelled smoke, and we were in a bar, and they don't smoke in the bars anymore in Wisconsin. And there was nobody around, and we all smelled smoke downstairs, so we knew it was one of the spirits who used to smoke.
Oh wow! Like an old employee or just somebody like?
Yeah. Actually, it was one of the cowboys that was there because the place was a brothel.
Oh.
It was a moonshine business, and they ran during Prohibition. They made alcohol during there, and the gangsters from Chicago would come up.
Oh dang! Oh man!
Yeah, that's the old Baraboo Inn. If anyone ever wants to come up and go to it, come on up and go to a show with us. We do ghost hunts there all the time. So it's kind of fun.
What's it called?
The old Baraboo Inn in Baraboo, Wisconsin.
I will have to check it out because we're planning on going on a bunch of investigations.
If you ever want to come up, just call me and I'll make sure we can get in. Charlie always lets me. So, yeah, I'm the main.
And you'll investigate with us?
Of course. I love it.
Yay!
Last night, we had the best night. So we learned there that we can play cards with spirits.
Really?
Last night we were playing blackjack. We had our spirit box out. We put it by their spot on the table. Another person who paid it for the investigation was playing. I was playing, and then we had a dealer. And they were making fun of the dealer because he sucks at it. And he was like, and all the spirits were making fun of him coming over the box, like, you suck, and all this stuff. They were really dissing him. So it was kind of funny. But when we played blackjack last night, and so they would get the cards, they'd come down and you'd see what they had. And then we would always say to the box, say hit or stand. And they always go, hit.
Yeah.
They come back with it all the time. Hit, nope. And we got no points, so that was a stand because we didn't hear stand.
Oh my gosh!
Hit all the time, and we played probably 20, 25 hands. And
we did that. You won.
It's fun. Yeah, I won. I beat the ghost.
It is very fun, especially when you get the spirits really interested. Like we were staying at this one Airbnb in Jeffersonville, Missouri, I think it was. Yeah. And we were actually playing blackjack at the Airbnb. And instead of looking at because we had cards just for the spirits, we would set it right there. And then Ken, the other friend of ours that's with the mug, he would hold it up to the camera and show the camera. And he'll say, what number is this? And then he'll put it back down without looking at it. And we got the spirits saying the number of the card. Oh, and then cool. they would tell us, okay, busted. There was one part where I had 20 over 20. And I didn't know it because I hadn't looked at my cards yet. And right when they gave me the card, they said busted. And I said, wait.
Last night to me too.
I'm like, why are you looking at my cards?
I said hit, and they go busted. And then the card came out, and I was busted. I was like, oh, you suckers. What are you doing?
Right?
Cheating?
Exactly. They were cheating.
I said, cheating on me, man. I can't handle that. But they did that a lot. You know, so I'd have my cards out, and then they would go, and then I would hear, I heard stay before I made my decision. It was like at a 14, they said stay, and then the dealer busted. They said, and then you hear on the box, see, you know, you told me so.
You told me so. I'm sorry. You know,
I
a lot
want
of
any-
people want to knock that spirit box, but I absolutely love the spirit box.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Especially when you get that immediate response, and it's exactly what you're talking about. Because tell a lot of people, you know what, you can knock it all you want to. It may be radio waves, but it's spinning so fast through those radio stations that there's no way
that you can get standard hit all the time.
Exactly.
What radio station is saying hit?
Exactly. Or busted. Or
yeah, busted. Right. You know, it doesn't make sense. It's I don't know. It's just weird what people believe because they have to diss it because they don't have a legitimate way to put it down.
Yeah, to comprehend what's happening.
I mean, we went from an SB11, we had an SB7, we had a lot of different spirit boxes. We had a Bugsy box, we had all kinds of different ones last time, and we got all the same type of responses. Because so downstairs in the basement with the card players, we had mostly male voices come over the box. And so we knew we were playing. Once in a while, we get a girl and she'd say hit, and okay, so you're playing this hand. Good, thanks for telling us. You jumped in. But then we went up to the brothel. We had almost all female voices coming.
Wow, so they kind of stick into their own areas.
Yeah, they stick in their areas. They come up, so we go up and they say, "Hi, gals, how's it going?" And I always put $1 on the counter for them, in the brothel, and I'm treated well.
Well, what's kind of like the most common message you get?
Stop worrying. Okay, here, back on the soapbox with it, but say what you want to say in life. Don't hold it until the other person's gone.
Right.
That's probably the biggest message, is because so many people go, I never said this. I never said I'm sorry. I never said this. And then they died and I never told them. Yeah, they're hearing you now. You can just tell them. I can understand that. But why didn't you do it when they were alive?
Right.
Why didn't they do it when they were here with you? Why didn't you say, why were you so why was your ego so strong? Yeah, egotistical. Why were you so strong in that you couldn't say, I'm sorry, or I'm sorry, I forgive you, or can you forgive me?
Yeah.
Why do we have to wait till later? Because if they're a spirit, they're always going to say, yeah, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't to them anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because once you get over to the other side, it doesn't matter. Everything's wonderful. Life is great.
Oh, well, that's gonna be something to look forward to.
Yeah, that's even during all my heart problems and my strokes, I had to sit down and talk with Spirit and make sure I was ready. And I'm totally ready, because I know what I'm going to get into when I get over there.
All right.
And I'm going to be totally fine. But I don't not say I love you. I don't say that you're a great friend of mine, which you are. I don't not say that now. You know what I mean? I say everything I need to say. And if I have issues with somebody, I'm going to say it too. I'm going to say, I love you dearly, but I didn't like what you did.
Yep. That's how I am too.
Right. It's not the fact that we don't like you. It's the fact we didn't like something you did.
Yeah.
And that's how marriages are great, or relationships are great.
Yes.
You can, if you tell them all the time, I didn't like what you did there.
Yeah.
I totally love you, but I didn't like
communication.
Yeah.
Communication is key in any relationship. If you can't communicate with somebody and they just want to ignore you or fight with you constantly over your opinion or something you've said, it might be a little heartbreaking, but it's time to kind of break the ties a little bit. But
it is. I agree. Well, that's probably the toughest one right there. There's probably I get those a lot where I have to tell somebody that I think you need to get out of your relationship. I
Yeah.
think you need to file for divorce. I don't think, I know, because Spirit's telling
Yep.
me this. I know that this is over for you.
Mm.
And that's probably the toughest part.
Yep.
But Spirit from their, their mom and their dad, whoever's on the other side, or their guides, or whoever's with me, giving them the message, they only want the best for them. And what they're living right now is not their best. So you need to
Yeah.
get out of it and get into your best.
Yeah, definitely. I have one friend that I'm like that too. I'm like, come on, you can do so much better. You can do so much better. And it's just a constant.
But then that goes into another thing that I always have to coach is how much I have to help people realize how special they are. Because that's the one thing I learned from Spirit too is that this incarnation in life, we hit the jackpot.
Yep.
We won the big award. Because think of it, out of this whole huge universe, we incarnated here. We're living here. We're having emotions. We're having experiences. We're enjoying it. Even if you don't think the worst day on earth is better than anything. Does that make sense?
Yep. It absolutely does to me.
So right, and that's what I got to keep telling people. I said, you're so special because you won the award. You won the award. You got chosen. You got chosen to come here.
Yeah.
You got chosen to live. So let's live your life the way it's supposed to. But
To the fullest.
Right. But too many people worry about the thing, oh, I made this or I did this. Well, let's not live with that anymore. Let it go. It's done. Learn from it. Move on. I mean, that's the best way to go with that. Sorry, it sounds more like Dr. Phil than.
Well, have you ever had a spirit show up who just was like, oh, sorry, my bad, wrong number?
Yep, I have. I've had, and I think one of the funniest ones was when I had a grandmother. I was doing this reading. I had a grandmother come through. She only spoke Spanish.
Mm.
And I don't. I speak poquito español. Very little. Very little. Hasta la taco, I always say, or buenos nachos.
Hasta la taco.
Buenos nachos. I don't even say it right. I had a guy that he always goes, Scotty, no, it's buenos noches. I said, okay, buenos. But anyway, she came through, and she wouldn't speak English to me. I knew she knew it, but she wouldn't speak English. She only wanted to speak Espanol to me. And so what I did was I did my best to give the words that she was giving me in my broken Spanish. And the lady I was doing her reading cracked up. She was like, oh my God, you are so talking to my grandma. Because my grandma always said that. Always said it. And just like that too. It was like something like you're a little shit or something like that. Or it was something in that line. And she goes, oh my God, that was just like grandma would say it. She goes, and the way you said it too was just like grandma was talking to you. I said, because she was.
Because she was right there.
Sorry. But yeah, so that was a funny one. Oh, a sad one, but a sad one. But so I was giving a reading, and I was, and one of my first readings of the morning, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. They just opened the doors. This girl comes right into my booth, wanted to read right away. Okay, let's go. First in, first come, And so we started this reading, and I got her grandfather to come through, and I was giving her all these messages, and she goes, "Yep, sounds like my grandpa. Everything's well." She went through the whole reading with me, and then at the end, she goes, "Unfortunately," she goes, "I have to say that my grandpa's not dead." I said, "Okay, but I'm getting this as your grandpa." I said, "Sorry, I apologize, but I don't know who's bringing it through, but it could be a great grandfather, but I know for a fact this is grandpa." So I gave her my personal cell phone. I said, "Here, call me if any of this makes sense to you. I'm sorry about this." Half hour later, I get a call. from her. She said, "My grandfather died this morning during our reading."
Oh my gosh. Wow.
She
Oh,
goes,
that would have
I
broke
didn't
my
know.
heart.
I know. She goes, I didn't know because I was driving to come see you. So she goes, everything that you said was exactly from Grandpa.
Oh, bless her
Isn't that
heart.
sad?
Oh
I
my
know.
gosh.
So that to me, I thought was so heartwarming,
Yeah.
compared to, but
But
I'm
at the same
glad that
time, just proves it was you, proves you're legit because
yeah, kind of like
I mean, you stood your ground. You're like, I'm sorry, but that's what I got.
so early on. I'm gonna jump back. Early on, we went to this thing in Milwaukee at one of the museums in Milwaukee. They had an exhibit of this pirate ship that sank outside of Massachusetts, and it was originally a slave ship that was taken over by pirates
Oh,
and made a
okay.
pirate ship, and then they did it and they sank with all their treasure in the ship.
Is that
And
the one people are still trying to see if there's treasure in?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so they brought up as much as they could. They brought up a cannon. They brought up a lot of stuff they could find that could survive, the thing.
Hmm.
And so they had this whole exhibit of it. So I was going and I would touch a cannon and I said, "Yep, this is the real one," because I could feel that,
Yeah.
I could feel that the energy off of that compared to this one. I said, "This one's fake." And the guy goes, "Yep, that one's fake. How'd you know that?" I said, "I could just feel it." Anyway,
Because I am
seeing,
Scotty Rorek. Come on.
yep, I kept seeing all these pirates around there. Terry goes, "Yeah, they're." My wife said, "Oh yeah, they're just docents." I said, "No, not the docents, the other pirates." And I said, "I'm talking to them all." And then one guy came up and talked to me, and I gave the name, and I can't remember the name anymore.
Mm.
But I gave the name to my wife. I said, "This is the pirate." He said, "I said, say hi, DJ." And he was one on the ship. And she goes, and she goes, "Ask him when he died." I think this was like 1714 or some crazy time around that.
All right.
I said, "He said he died in 1714. She goes, "No, can't be a real pirate there because all the pirates died in 1713. That's when the ship sank." I said, "Well, this is what he's telling me." And so we took him around. He's giving me all the examples of everything on the ship and all this stuff. So we go around to the second to last room before we go out. There's a plaque on the wall with his name on it. Said he survived and he was prosecuted and killed the year later because of treason and pirate stuff. And then she goes, "Okay, I believe you from now on." There's his name.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly the name I gave her. Exactly the year he said he died. Exactly everything right there.
And she wanted to put her foot down and be like, "No, you're wrong. You're wrong." Well,
You're wrong.
nope, I'm not. Sorry.
No, I'm right. You're wrong. I'm right.
You're wrong. So you did say you were part of a radio platform, correct?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
We're just at the end of history with that. I've been running it since 2008.
Wow.
It's gone through a lot of transfer. Our last show just stopped airing there, and our network is trying to. The people that do my streaming are trying to get us different platforms now with the same streaming, with the new modern streaming compared to the old streaming. But back then, we had to get a computer. You had to get a specific sound card. We had to get all kinds of. You had to get a soundboard. It was very difficult in the old days to go on. But you could do it, and we did it. And I had a show when I first started called "Spooks Are Us." So it was on the old radio station Para X, and they're still out there.
Yeah, they're still out there. I don't know how they're still out there. I mean, they're great people. Don't get me wrong, y'all. They're really nice people. But to update their website, it takes forever because she is so busy all the time.
Yep. So that's the same thing with me. I mean, we have. So I'm waiting for the platform to change, and then I'll decide what we're going to do going forward. I'm still keeping it up because we got all their old podcasts and everything on We have, I mean, I have days worth of podcasts on there for people to go listen to. But anyway, so I started with Para X, and I started with a 1 hour show. We ended up moving it to a 3 hour show. We ended up having 2 guests, and then we did a comedy segment on it where I wrote jokes and everything for it. And we did comedy in the last half hour of the show. For a while there, we did As the Orb Turns, a paranormal soap opera.
As
and it
the
was
orb
great.
turns.
As the orb turns. You know that. So then we left Para X, and then we went over to our own. At first, we were called Dark Plains Radio, and then we changed to Z Talk Radio. And so you can still go out to ztalkradio.com and still out there. But that's where we started. And so like Brian Cannell, he had his first show, his first podcast show was on my radio station. Paul Bradford. Wow. That's how I met Paul Bradford. Paul Bradford was actually on my show as my tech guy. He would come on every week and talk about tech stuff. That's how, and so even in Paul's lectures now, he goes, out of the paranormal, I know Scotty longer than anyone else.
I would not doubt it.
That's because we've known each other forever. I mean, he was on my show. I got a lot of stories that he doesn't want me to tell, but it's fun. So. All right, I'll tell one. Sorry,
okay,
Paul.
go for it.
So one night we're on the air. We're talking about our spouses and everything. We're talking about how they do this, that. You know, they kind of tick us off. And Paul didn't know that his wife was listening. His wife comes in the room. This was his first wife, not the current one. Paul's wife came in just madder than all that. And then all of a sudden you hear on the air, he goes, "Oh, Scotty, I got to go. See you later. Bye." She made him leave the show.
Oh my gosh. Bless his heart. Oh.
Yes. He got taken advantage of. I'm glad they're not married anymore. What the hell's happening?
It's wanting to go off.
My background. The skies have fallen.
So you're trying to get to a different platform now with your radio show, or are you?
Yeah, we're going to stay on the same call letters and everything. We're going to do it, but the guy who's been our streamer and guy's been doing it. We've been with him 25 years already. And he goes, it's time for me to update so we can get better podcast stuff for our channel. And I said, great, let's do it. And then I'll probably come back with a podcast back there, you know, and start the station over again. Because it was fun. It was a good time. I mean, that's where I met Derek. That's where I met everybody. I mean, all the people from Ghost Hunters International, Rob Demarest, everybody. I met everybody through my radio show because we had them on, you know. Two of the people that I met that I totally love, even though most people have problems with them now, are Mark and Debbie Constantino. They were my best friends.
I don't think I've ever had really anything against them. I know I wanted to get them on the show at one point in time, but I never.
Yeah, they were amazing people. I loved them dearly. And now I can say it now because it's not conflict of interest because we're no longer both here. But I used to do readings for them all the time, you know, individually and together as a couple. So love them dearly. Yeah.
Aww.
And we just started a Paracon event that we were traveling the country with them and Bill Chappell, you know, who did the obelisk, you know, and all his gear.
Yeah.
And myself, and we were going to travel haunted sites all over the place. We did one, and then we never did any more because of all the problems.
Well, when that story came out on them, that was so like crazy because whenever you watch them on Ghost Adventures, you never thought that was going on behind the scenes, not once.
I understood why it happened, but it wasn't all Mark's fault.
Oh,
just saying.
I wouldn't think it would be all his fault.
You got the scoop here, so and I love Debbie. I love Debbie more than anything. But she knew how to push.
That was a sad thing.
It was sad. You have two good friends.
There are a lot of women out there that do that pushing. They'll push and push and push, and they'll do swings too. And then they're like, "Why did you swing back?" And it's like, "Well, bitch, you swung first."
You did first, so you know. Yeah, I mean, so
Ah,
but I mean, it was just amazing how many people that I've learned and loved and
yeah.
because of the radio show. I mean, it's been great.
I met
Um,
you actually at the Mid South convention with Keith. I
yeah,
met
and see,
you
that's the
and
thing too.
Adrian, I think, in the same year.
Yeah, Keith and I known each other for 30 years at least. I think somewhere in that ballpark. It's got to be at least that long. Him and I were at a convention once. We just hung out, and we just became best friends ever since. And then
He
I'm
is
best
such a
friends.
great guy.
Yeah, it was just amazing. Everyone, so you know, we're talking about Keith Age and
Yeah.
Robin Age, and I was the one that
Yes.
married. I was the one that married them.
Oh, really? I didn't. You know what? I should have known that, but I'm sorry to say I did not
We
know
did that.
that.
We did that at one of his conventions at where were we? Oh, we're at Post Town,
Oh, where was Post Town at?
Ohio, just outside of Cincinnati.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yep. I remember
Yeah,
seeing that on
so
his page.
okay, you guys can stop. This guy's following again. But
I see that.
he didn't know Robin wanted to do that. And Robin asked me, she goes, you're coming to the event? I said, yeah. She goes, you're marrying us. I said, okay, I will do it. And so Keith was at his table, and Robin, I get up there in the front, you know, and Robin comes up, and then all of a sudden they bring Keith up, and I started into the thing. He goes, is this real? And I said, shit.
It was about time, let me tell you. Oh my
It's about
god.
time it needed to happen. I mean, everybody wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
He wanted it to happen. He was happy.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, he's a dear
They are
friend.
they are a great couple.
That's the greatest thing. That's the greatest thing about the paranormal community is the fact people you meet and how cool
Yes.
you can be. I mean, look at you and I haven't seen each other for 3 years, but we come together tonight and we pick up like we've never ever missed a moment. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's the most people in the paranormal are like that. You know.
Hmm.
And I'm the one against anyone else that wants to cause trouble
Oh, right.
because your paranormal adventure is not greater than my paranormal adventure. Your haunted house is not better than my haunted house.
Mm.
You know, it's all haunted, and we're all happy, and we should be all ecstatic that spirit wants to talk with us.
Exactly.
And we should all be sharing what we get in each place and see if somebody else can go in there and recreate what I did in that place.
Exactly.
You know?
Paranormal unity. There's a lot of people, like, look at you in a different team and me over here,
Right.
and you always learn something from somebody regardless.
You always do. There's if anyone ever tells you they know everything, walk away from them.
What he said.
A lot of mediums say that they know. Like, what? You don't know everything. I don't know everything. I mean,
No.
I've been doing this I'm 60 years old now. I've been doing this for 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know everything.
Says he came from the womb, guys, because that mediumship doesn't just spawn on you.
I mean, I've seen people who have grown it, but I know you've had those abilities, you know, and it's your
Yeah.
acceptance of the abilities. I think everybody in the world has the capability of doing it and understanding it, but it's not everyone that accepts it.
Well, you mentor developing psychics and mediums, so
I do.
you know what it's like for somebody to have like a wall or something. Can you see if somebody has a wall built up on them that they
But normally it's not from spirit, it's from themselves.
Right. Well, I have had so many people tell me, you've got this wall up. If you just let it down, you would be amazing. And I'm sitting there going, you know what? I don't even remember putting the wall up. The only way I know that I have the wall up is probably because I wanted to protect my kids while I'm doing this. That's the only thing I can think of.
My kids, you know, like my youngest son has gifts now. And so that's good. Even my oldest son who wanted more gifts, he's starting to get them now. And my wife now has them too. And she's been able to tap into her gifts. She does light language and channeling, and so it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool on where they all come from. So ultra right Christian to ultra left.
Somewhere
once
there.
you accept what's really around you, the sky is
Yeah,
open. You know what I mean? The sky is
it
ready for it,
is.
but you have to accept it. That's the biggest thing. You know, a lot of people say to me, "Well, I saw 9/11." Okay, great. You saw 9/11. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, it was the worst
Yeah,
thing that happened in the United States. I understand. That's sad.
yeah.
But today, the sad thing was 8 kids were killed. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not. What
Yeah,
happened?
there was a shooting what was in a mosque. Somebody came in and shot eight kids. It ranged from 1 to 14.
Oh my God.
So there's all this crap happening because people aren't thinking spiritual. They're not
Yeah,
thinking that we're all one and we all need to care for each other. We need to help each other. We need to work with
yeah.
each other. But
They have
everybody
selfish
wants
agendas.
right. Everybody want right. That's the biggest thing. Why is there a division between us all when we should be all working together and loving each other? Does that
Exactly.
make sense?
It does
It
make sense, and it should make
drives me
sense, and that's what I
nuts.
preach all the time. It drives me nuts too because it's absolutely
That's why
ridiculous.
it happens in politics too. It's not one side or the other. It's the United States. Oh, hang on.
Yes.
Hang on.
You got it.
The wall is a falling. My green screen is a dropping.
We're supposed to be united, but people don't want to be united. It seems like anymore people just want to argue.
I know. Raise up.
They just want to argue to argue.
We have a crack in the sky.
So what are like some of the biggest mistakes you see that mediums make?
Good question. First one is not giving what they actually hear.
Really? So they kind of sugarcoat it.
Yes. Or they add to it.
Oh.
I'll give an example that happened to me early on in my development. I was at a spiritualist church. In a spiritualist church, everyone's a medium. So we give readings at church and we do healings, all kinds of stuff. So see, Jesus was a spiritualist, but I'm just anyway. But anyway, so in the spiritualist church, we had a pastor, and she was teaching us a class, and she goes, I want to make sure that we're going to do readings today, and everyone has to bring somebody through that hasn't been here before or that has something totally different that never happened before. And she came to me. She goes, "Who do you have?" I said, "Your dad's here." And she goes, "Okay." So everybody knows my dad's dead. She goes, "Give me something that he's never told me about." And I said to her, "Well, I'm getting a teddy bear." I should have stopped there, but I didn't. I said, "For Valentine's Day." And she said, "Bullshit." I said, "What?" She said, "Second part's bullshit." She goes, "Did you actually hear that?" I said, "No." And she goes, "And why did you say it?" She goes, "Because I thought it after the fact." And she goes, "But did you hear my dad say that?" I said, "No." She said, "Don't say anything that you don't hear." And she goes, "The reason is my dad was a long road trucker. And every time he would come home from a long time, he would bring me back a teddy bear. And he hasn't been to class in a long time, so he brought back a teddy bear."
Oh.
She said, "You would have gave the perfect reading if you just said teddy bear." Because she goes, "That's what you really heard, right? And that's what you saw." And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "See what you do? You never give anything more than you hear. You don't put your spin on it."
Yeah, because if you put your spin on it, then that could potentially backfire. And
Yeah, like I said, I'm not perfect. I understand. I learned too. But that's probably the biggest thing. The second thing is not understanding or not believing what you're given. Okay, so a lot of times, I always hear mediums say, "I don't know if you know this," or "Then why are you saying it?"
exactly.
I don't know if this will make sense. Why are you saying it? A lot of people get that
Just
because
say it. It makes sense to them.
correct, and it'll make sense to you when I'm done because it's between you two, not between me and you and them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the other thing is if you truly believe the message you're giving are right, and just give the message exactly like you're supposed to.
Okay. That does make a lot of sense because, like you said, it would be more personal for that person that you're giving the reading to than yourself because it's not you you're giving the reading to, it's that
Yeah, it
person.
does make sense to me, and it shouldn't make sense to me because it's not my reading. So doesn't give a rat's. But that's where people will throw up the disclaimer,
Hmm.
not to be wrong.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's a disclaimer not
Yep.
to be wrong.
Exactly. What kind
So
of
when I
advice would you give someone though that is in the process of doing something like that and they're giving too much instead of just the right amount?
if it's what you hear, give it all.
What about images though? You said
Same thing.
do you see?
Yeah, I see images. Yeah, yeah. If you get an image, if it, like in my classes, I will teach if you just see a red balloon that you should say, all I'm getting right now is a red balloon, and
Mhm.
that usually means something to somebody in the class. Because
Okay.
images are there too. I mean, they're like the little movies of our lives that are shown to us, so we can put them together. Like one time, I was doing a reading and I kept seeing Desperate Housewives, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Is I see Desperate Housewives? How am I going to give this a reason? And then I realized in Desperate Housewives, everybody cheated,
Oh, that's right.
right? You saw the show,
Yeah.
right? Everybody cheated. So that's where I had to go to give the rest of the reading because I got
Oh
Desperate Housewives.
boy. I bet
I
that
know
was
it was tough, but
I mean like my Zoom just did, zoomed in on me like dun dun dun.
I know one time I was doing a gallery show and there was 5 mediums on stage. And so what we
Mhm.
always do is a little bit different. When I do galleries, I do all 5 of us are able to come to everybody in the room together. So if I start out, then you can jump in and add your 2 cents to it because every medium gives different things,
Mhm.
even with the same spirits. It's just the way it works. So I was up there and I went to this lady in the back and I said, can I come to you? And so we always put a disclaimer out that if you come to our gallery reading, you got to be open to whatever the mediums bring to you.
Okay.
So if you have secrets, they could be uncovered tonight.
Oh.
So don't buy a ticket if you have amazing secrets, because 9 times
Right.
out of 10, it's going to be something about it's going to come
Brought
up.
up. Yep.
Yeah. So I had 2 of these happen, but this one was the worst one. So I went to this lady in the back and I said to her, and I went and started reading and I told her who it was. And she goes, yeah, they're passed. And I said, okay, good. I went to the room and said, and I said, they want to know, why are you cheating? She goes, and I said, because they say that your husband's a really nice guy. Why are you cheating on him? And she starts bawling and crying. And I get from the other medium that's hosting the show with me, I get it in my ribs. Boom. And I went, what? And she turns around and she goes, that's the other medium's wife.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh
I just
no.
told him that his wife's cheating on him on stage in front of everybody.
Oh no. Oh my god. Oops. Not.
Oops. I guess not, because they wanted it out.
Well, she got it out all right. I guess she didn't believe.
Right. And I did that with another medium on stage once too. Like that. Her ex-husband was there and a lot came through. So I was
Oh
like,
my gosh, what is with so many people cheating? If you just don't want to be in the relationship, leave.
I know, get out, guys, get out, don't worry. So yeah, so you all that is hard. But anyway, that's right.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was probably
Oh,
good. That was probably my, I mean, I didn't feel bad because Spirit told me.
yeah.
It wasn't me outing them, it was Spirit outing them. And
Yeah.
our rules were if you have something you want to hide, don't come to our shows.
Exactly. Don't go.
Oh, if you want to be outed. They were outed.
What's
I
one
got
of the
the-
weirdest ways a spirit communicated with you?
Herb Baumeister, that we talked about him. He
I
had
don't
me
think so.
draw a picture. He was the one from Fox Hollow Farms, the one where I
Oh,
went
okay.
in, first went in,
Oh, yeah.
and
Okay.
he's still there. He had me draw this picture, and because I was doing automatic writing, he was using my hand to draw. He drew this picture of this boy, and he kept going over the eyes, and the eyes actually cut out the paper, so you can kind of see through it.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
I bet. Oh my God. That would, and it was a kid?
Yeah, it was well, they were 18 to 21, somewhere in that ballpark.
They're kids.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I guess
Oh
that's
my
kids.
God.
People debate me. Oh, they're all 21, 18. They're kids.
No. They're kids, in my opinion, until 25. Granted.
I have underwear older than they were, and I'm still wearing them.
Do you ever get celebrities that drop by and say, "Hey, what's up, Scotty?"
Okay, and I will give that story. So, this is one that made me bawl. I cried so effing hard. I'm one of the biggest fans of Elvis.
Oh.
If I ever was a female, I would date Elvis. I mean, I loved Elvis so much when I was a kid. Loved it. Loved Elvis. A couple years ago, I got to go to Graceland, and I was in his house. It was great. It was the best feeling I ever got. But I knew that I could feel his energy. But I knew he was upstairs and not with us on the tour. But I knew he was in the house. We went through the whole tour, couldn't see him, didn't see anything about it. So I thought, okay, maybe he's not here. Maybe I'm just not feeling it right, And so then we went into the his agent's house out there in the bar, and then we went out to the bar and stuff. And we went over where the graves are. And then I'm at his grave, and I'm already kind of weeping because I'm sitting at the grave. All of a sudden, something told me to look up. I look up, and I see him in the bathroom window.
Oh, and that where he died?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I'm standing at his grave, and I see him. I see his image in the window, in the house from the grave.
Oh gosh.
I was crying. Everybody asked me what was wrong. I said, he's right there. There he is. Here's Elvis.
Just watching everybody come by his grave and go through his house, and oh my gosh. That man was loved. My mama adored him.
If I was a female, I'd have dated him. I would have tried to date him. I would have been to every one of his concerts. He was great.
Well, that little cocky smirk that he has.
Yeah, that's okay. He had good, cool cars too. I was happy about that.
Yeah.
So my spirit guide, I talked about Steve earlier, and so the spirit guide Steve and I were married in our previous life.
Oh.
He stuck around to protect me in this life. This is only my third life as a male.
Oh.
I've been female all my other lives because I've done a lot of regressions. Yeah.
I feel like I was a male at one point.
You were very male.
I think I make a prettier female, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I make a good looking male. I don't know.
You are gorgeous.
I think it's hilarious though, because I'll sit there and my husband will ask me a couple of things, and he goes, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, I swear to God, I had to have been a male in a previous life. I don't know.
I know, because my wife was male in a lot of lives too. So in this life, because this is the fourth time my wife and I have been married, so we've come back 4 times with each other. But I'm back as a female. I'm back as a male. She's come back as a female this time.
Oh, so the roles were reversed the last time.
Oh yeah, most of the times. Yep.
Most of the time. Wow, interesting.
We tried this one. I tried this one. I played football. I did all the male stuff. Not going to do male again. I don't want to come back with male.
I don't think I would mind either way. I like both ways.
I mean, I've done all the male stuff, and I like what I like my relationships. I like my emotions. I like I like shopping. I like, I like the girly stuff. So.
I like the girly stuff too. I really do. I think I would be a girly male.
But so that's that's it. So, but I'm so blessed that Steve, and he's so hot. Gosh, I was a lucky girl last time. Here's the funny thing. So I asked him one night if we could go back to when we were married, because we were married in the 1920s. So
Oh, the 20s.
Yeah,
Nice.
about 100 years ago we were together. And I talked to him and I said to him, let's go back and can you show me anything about our time, like where we lived? Because we were from Greece. Well, he was from Greece.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was from Constantinople.
Constantinople. Yes.
Or Istanbul is now Constantinople. Yeah, I was from Istanbul back then. But that's where I was born, and so we got married in Greece, and we lived in Greece. And then he showed me. I don't know how he did it. And to this day, I'm still freaked out. And I'll show you sometime when we get together again. I'll show you the picture. Sometime he found a picture of me back from the 20s, and he brought it up on the internet. And I was like, "How the F did you do that?" Well, it was because I did silent movies as a female in the 20s.
Oh.
And he got a picture of the movie poster from the 20s. And that name right there was my name. And that's who I am. So I could actually find my family. And, hi, I'm your great, 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 great grandmother. And they look at you like, what the hell?
Yeah. What is wrong with you, weirdo? Yeah. There's so many non-believers anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, I have a picture of who I was, and I can see who he is. And we were a cute couple.
Oh, yeah. You'll have to show me sometime.
Yeah, he said, well, I'll send it to your Facebook page.
Okay. Definitely.
And, but he said, I'm never going to do it again because you're a piece of work. I said, I know that.
You're a piece of work.
Because I always have my hands. He goes, I always have my hands for him. I said, yeah, but you want to keep coming back, baby.
If you could ask the spirit world one question and get a straight answer, what would it be?
Did Elvis really work at Denny's?
I want to know that one too.
See? Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great. Did he really work there? I mean, come on. We're talking about Elvis.
Yeah, did he really like peanut butter and banana sandwiches? Come on.
Those are good sandwiches, especially with the toasted bun.
Yes. But yeah, no, I mean, I think I've already accomplished the questions I've asked. Because is there a hell? No. Is there demons? No. Does life live on? Yes. Are we forgiven? Only after life review are we forgiven, but we are forgiven. We have to go through and see what we did well and what we did shitty.
Right.
You have to atone for either or.
Exactly.
The problem is you see the ripples. So if you cause a problem with one person, how did that affect him the rest of their lives?
Oh, see, that gets the guilt because it's like,
Correct.
what did I do?
Correct.
Oh,
it's like, and then they show you the nice parts of the same thing, the same ripple. When you treated this person well, or you gave them food, and then they were able to get a job, and then and then you were able to see their family survive and love the rest of their lives. Then you see that too. So you do see both ways, but you have to atone for both ways.
I get it. I can see that.
And then once you understand that and knowing, that's when you can cross over.
Oh. Well, what do you wish people understood about the mediumship and connecting with loved ones who's passed?
That it's not weird. It's probably the most sacred, the most wonderful experience you could ever have. And to remember the souls that came before you that gave you this life, that gave us this life to be here in the United States and be on this world is amazing. And we should honor them and not be petty like we are. Not
Oh my
try
gosh.
to think that I have to make $30 million and you can't make anything.
Mm.
When
Let's work
somebody's hungry,
together.
you're right. When somebody's hungry, we need to feed them.
Exactly.
When somebody's down, we have to console them.
Yep.
When someone's sad, we have to stand with them. That's what I want people to understand. That's what I want them to believe, that this ain't just us trying to make a buck. This is really trying to change our lives to live a better life and be better people. Why we got this special chance.
Yeah.
We won the jackpot. Let's live our life like we did.
Yeah. Live it
Not
freely.
Yeah, and not be the petty and not worry about all the little. When you look at the entire history of the world, right? Dinosaurs were how many millions of years ago? You know what I mean?
Right.
So we go all the way back then. I mean, it's been millions and millions and billions of years. Like what, 4.5 billion years, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, so even if we go back that far, you pissing in a cup right now doesn't mean anything. Right?
Right. Yeah.
Why are you pissed off at that person for doing something that you know that they don't know any better?
Yep. You're right.
Why do we do that? Why do we spend and why do we waste all that energy on that instead of wasting their energy on helping people?
Or being happy. Why do you have to always be negative?
Right.
Yes.
People always say, how'd you come out of your strokes? I said, like this.
With a
The only way
smile.
you could do it. The only way you could do it.
You're alive.
I mean, I had nothing on my right side. Nothing. Nothing. I got up that morning. I got off the couch. I had to go to the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
And then I had to crawl to the bathroom because I still had to go.
Oh, jeez. Bless your heart.
But I mean, but how do you survive? One day at a time.
Yep.
Loving myself every day. Thank you for giving me the second chance.
Yep.
Thank you, or third chance, because I had been. They had to put me on that machine and stop my heart, sew on it,
Oh,
fix all my
God.
veins.
Well, I'm glad you're still here.
I am too. I'm sorry. but you know, but when you look at that, so not only did I win it once, I was born. I won it twice more.
Yep.
I am blessed.
Yeah.
And I am here now to help others feel blessed. And that's what mediumship does. Mediumship isn't for the fun if my boyfriend's coming back.
Oh.
It's not.
No. And for someone that's listening, if they kind of lost someone and they're kind of desperate for a sign, I mean, what would you tell them?
Look, listen, they're happening all the time. It's just you're too busy with your life and you don't. Okay, so something happens and then you just go, man, and it goes on. And it happened again. And you're like, but you don't think about it again. It just happened twice.
Yeah.
After a while, Spirit's going to go, I can't keep doing this.
Right.
So they don't. Like when my uncle died.
Go ahead.
When my uncle died, my aunt ended up calling me. And I never thought my aunt would even consider mediumship, you know, and spiritualism, you know, because she's Italian Catholic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so after my uncle died, she calls me and she goes, I felt something sit on my bed. I said, yeah, that was Uncle Mike. And she goes, I knew it. She goes, I knew that. I could feel it was him. I said, yeah, then why are you asking me?
Right.
I said, did you talk to him? Did you say hi to him? Say, Michael, I want you around me all the time. Did you say that? No. Well, you need to.
Yeah.
You know, so
Oh my
that's the type of
gosh.
stuff. That's the type of stuff. We get those all the time. That's probably my number one experience. People go, I felt somebody or I saw somebody in a dream when they passed, yeah, of course they're coming to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Let them say goodbye. You say goodbye back.
Like
But
I
that's
had
too.
a weird dream about
Yeah.
my cousin. My cousin, he's like my third cousin. He died when
Okay.
he was 9.
Yeah.
And he's only like 11 months younger than my oldest son. And so after he died, of course, I clung to my oldest son and I was probably a little overprotective, but you know, that happens. It wasn't until probably in the last 4 years that I really started noticing like his favorite insect, which is a dragonfly. And every time I turned around, I was seeing dragonflies. I was seeing dragonflies, and I was like, what is going on? And then I had a dream about him, and he was the same age as my oldest son. And he was like, I'll need you to tell my mama I'm fine and I love her. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. You know, it's just a dream. Maybe I called my son and I said, baby, I just need to know you're okay. Are you okay? He goes, I'm fine, mama. What's going on? I didn't tell him anything. A few months later, dragonflies all over the place again. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? Why am I seeing all these dragonflies? And then I remember seeing her post about him and about how his favorite insect was a dragonfly and how she posted a dragonfly at his gravesite. And I'm like, huh. He comes to me again in a dream and he goes, I need you to tell my mama I'm okay and I love her. So I mentioned this to my friend Centrator Hill and she goes, honey, you need to tell his mama.
You need to tell his mama he's doing it how many freaking times.
I know, right? So I'm sitting there going, okay. So I finally broke down and I told her, I said, you may not believe this, but I need to get this to you. I've had a couple of dreams about Wei, and he wants me to tell you he loves you and that he's fine. And I'm saying he's a very handsome young man. He's the same age as Isaac is. So I take it for what it is. She comes back and she goes, well, I don't believe in that kind of thing, but thank you for telling me. Okay, I told you. And here lately, I've been seeing dragonflies again. I'm like, wait, what is going on? What do you need?
That's what you got to ask him, and then he'll tell you. But that's what that's the key right there. You're seeing it, and you see it over and over. There's a meaning there. It means something, and they're trying to get you to understand it.
Yeah.
They want to be remembered. They want their signs to be known, and that's why they keep showing them to people. But we're too busy going to baseball. We're too busy going to the movies, out to the bar, out to Paranormal Investigate.
Yeah.
Here's my biggest thing. Okay. Oh, this gets me. You're paranormal investigating a site. Why wouldn't you think your loved ones would come to talk to you at that moment? I've seen so many TV shows that everyone gets freaked out. How did they come here? Duh!
They're not stuck at a particular location. You can travel.
Exactly. They can go wherever they want to.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. That gets me too.
That gets me so upset when I see those on the shows. I'm like, oh. And now, even like last night, we told people that, hey, don't, when we go on these paranormal investigations, don't be upset if your loved ones come through, because there's a good chance they will. Because now they have your attention. They have your attention, and you want to talk to ghosts. Here comes some spirits that want to talk.
Nope. I don't understand why they wouldn't think that. I mean, a lot of people want to believe that spirits are locked down in a certain location. And I get maybe some troubled spirits might be because they're scared to venture out or venture anywhere else, but not all. I mean, when I pass on, I'm going to Scotland. I'm going to be blowing that wind underneath kilts and everything else.
By the way, did you see the picture of me in my kilt? I didn't let it blow up though.
I did, and y'all can go to his Facebook page. It's there too.
Yeah, it's on there. Scotty Rorek.
So I need to find out I know I've kept you I've kept you way over time. What's next for you, Scotty Rorek?
I could be here all week. I don't care. I'm here all night. Next weekend, I'm in Houghton Lake, Michigan, with a Autographs event. That's Tim Miley's and Lauren Miley's event. They pay tribute to Murray was Tim's dog, who helped protect him and save him from doing suicide because the
Mhm.
dog came up to him when he was in a real bad place and put his head on his lap.
Oh.
And so Murray was a great dog. And so what we
Aw.
do is we do paranormal. He does paranormal events to raise money for humane shelters all around. And so this is a big one for us in Hot Lake. So last year we got to see the doggies. Hopefully this year we get to go back and see them again.
That would be cool.
Yeah, it was really awesome. But yeah, I'll be there all next weekend in Houghton, Michigan. Friday night, I'm doing the gallery reading. And then Saturday is the event. So Houghton Lake, I guess there's only one major hotel with a water park. It's on my Facebook page. Go look. And then in 2 weeks after that, in what is that? May 2nd. It's the eve of what is that? National Paranormal Day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So
the
we're
National
doing that.
Paranormal Day.
Yeah, we're doing that. That's Sunday this year, and so Saturday night into Sunday, we're doing a show at the Old Bearable Inn again. Come out and see us there. Get your tickets. We're doing a full ghost hunt that night too. So
Sweet.
they do tours there. You can get in with their tours, but they don't do the ghost hunt, and they don't go into the basement where the moonshine and the killings and the other crap was all the time on those tours. Only on the ghost hunts, and they allow me to take people down there. So. But I can protect everybody. That's why we go down there. So.
Yeah. Too much crap
So,
goes
yeah.
on when you're not there, huh?
Yeah, and then we're in a bunch of parades. We're in the 4th of July parade. We're in Racine, Wisconsin.
Mhm.
The 24th of July, we're in Milwaukee, in South Milwaukee, doing a parade there. So, yeah, a lot of stuff coming up. So look for us out there all the time.
So, what other? Do you have any other events or any like conventions or anything you're going to be at?
I'm just doing all Tim's events this year. So
all Tim's.
I'm doing, I'm doing all his autographs event. We have one that I won't say that might not happen because the ticket sales aren't heavy yet. But then I'm doing that's supposed to be at Schaefer's new hotel.
Isn't that the one at the end of June?
Yeah.
See, I had thought about going to that one, not as a vendor or anything, because of course they're sold out. But
and then no, that's June 6th, I think. Yeah.
Oh, June 6th. Okay.
And then beginning of June. And then and then I think August or September we're in Green Bay. So
in Green Bay.
Yeah, I don't do a ton of events anymore. Now I'm a car salesman. So I sell Kias now. So anybody need a Kia, let me know.
I love Kias. I have a Kia van. I do.
Yeah, if you need a Kia, come see me. Where I work at Metro Kia Madison. So.
Okay, before I let you go, where can people find you? Book readings or learn more?
Anywhere that says Scotty Rorek on any social media, I'm there. SCOTTYROREK. You can see underneath here, name. That's where I am. I got Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, or X, or what? Instagram.
Instagram, TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
Oh yes, I'm on all of it.
I call it Tiki Talkie.
I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on what's the new one? Lemonade. Or
Lemon. I think it's lemon something. My daughter sent something to me on it, and I was like, "What is this?" I'm already on too many social medias.
Now I'm on Lemonade. That's Scotty Rorek. So I think that's what it's Lemonade. But yeah, so you just look for me there and get a hold of me. My phone number's out there. Then I'm also part of the Mad City Ghostbusters. We have a page out there too, just for them on Facebook. We have a page just for my cars. My car is Ecto 22 and Ecto Z. We have two of them. 22 is my spiritual number. Anytime I see 22s, I know everything's going great.
Oh, cool.
By the way, I saw the time tonight. I went by at 22. I knew we were still having fun. But anytime I see 22, I know it's great. So we decided that was our team number is 22. So that's why we're the 22nd franchise. That's what we say we are.
22nd franchise.
There's a lot of us out there. There's like 180 hectos out there that are registered
all over the United States.
Yep, that are registered all over the world.
Oh
There,
wow.
there are, I don't even, I lost count on how many groups, Ghostbuster groups there are out there. And when you do a Ghostbuster group, Sony leaves you alone. They want you to be on,
Mm,
and they want
yeah.
you to be promoting their movie and them. So they're really good. Dan Aykroyd is great with that. So I always thank Dan.
There's a
And I'm a
Ghostbuster group that actually comes to Arkansas Paranormal Expo at the end of October that we talk to every year. So it's interesting to
Oh,
learn
I
more
know
about
I'll be
that.
at one too. I'll be at um, Rock Island, the Rock Island Paracon in early October. I'll be there too. Rock Island, Illinois.
Oh, in Illinois. Yeah, I heard about that one. I haven't decided on if I'm
In the
going
Quad
to
Cities.
go to that
It's in the Quad Cities. Yeah, I'll be at that one. Trying to remember all the stuff. I haven't got so much crap.
one. Well, that's what I was telling
Yeah.
the Amok crew. I'm like, we got so much going on this year when it comes to conventions that we don't even have any time for investigations anymore. It's like, oh my gosh.
But that's what our team does first. Is
Mhm.
we still go to people's houses. We're trying to get the team together right now. We got a case that we have to go to close to us. So, we got to get moving.
Ugh. Well,
But anytime there's anytime there's anything that has to do with kids,
yeah.
I drop everything and we go to that case immediately.
Good deal.
Because
Kids are the most important.
Yep. And if they're scared the rest of their life of spirits, that's not going to be good for them.
No.
And
And
I
at least
gotta
if
give
some of them are out there
well,
that has your gifts, you can at least teach them.
right. And I can help them and at least guide them, get them on the right roads.
You know?
By the way, anybody watching, start meditating, period. That's probably your best thing to do if you want to work and do investigating, do whatever you do, meditate.
You know what's funny is that was going to be my last question. And finally, any messages coming through right now for our listeners?
Yep, meditate. And if you think meditation is that you have to clear your mind, you're wrong. You don't have to clear your mind. You just have to center yourself. You just have to get into a calmer state. That's what meditation is. Meditation,
Deep
right?
breaths.
Yep, you don't need to do it. You can do it for 5 minutes and still have the same effects as an hour.
Oh, wow. I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, but everybody has to meditate because
Yeah, take that.
that's what I teach a lot of my classes. I teach meditation a lot, and then different things. Through meditation, I can teach you past life regressions. Through meditation, I can teach you how to meet your spirit guides, how to meet your spirit animals. Oh yeah, I had to say that too because my spirit animal Grizz, he gets pissed off if I don't mention him.
What
He's a
is
grizzly. His
He's
name
a
is
grizzly?
Grizz. He's a grizzly bear. He's awesome. He always smacks me when I don't want to do something. He goes, and then I have the other person on my team that I always bless. Is I found out I was just Peruvian shaman, and I was a shaman in Peru
Oh.
in a past life, and we did ayahuasca there. And I did ayahuasca here in the States just a few years ago, and ever since that, Mother Ayahuasca's been with me because during my whole journey, she goes, "Welcome home," and I've been home ever since. So I'm very, very pleased that we found each other again. So she's with me too. So that's my
Aw.
spirit team. Everybody needs to find their spirit team. That's
I
what you
need to
gotta
find
do.
my spirit team. I'm starting to think Way Way is part of my spirit team.
Which is true, yes. Because we always have one person or a couple people that we've known in life. Our main spirit guide is somebody we have not met in this life.
Really?
Yeah, because they were with you before you came. And you guys make the pact together before you came in that person would be there guiding you your entire existence on Earth. That's why Steve is with me again, because
I think mine is just like, no, I'm done with this chick. She is too crazy.
that's what Steve says about me. And he uses those words exactly. I'm done with this chick. Don't mind.
I'm just like, here, hold my beer. Let me go this way.
But yeah, I mean, everything you do and you investigate and everything we do and everything, it's all about us working with our teams so that we're
Yeah.
protected. I am so protected, I don't even do protections anymore because my team knows when we're doing it. Or if a spirit comes up to me, they've already talked to them and make sure they have the best intentions.
I have to have somebody watching over me because there's been too many times in my life that I should be dead by now. I've done some stupid shit.
Someday I'll help you with finding your spirit guide.
I'll have to get with you after the show. We'll have to talk about it.
It's amazing. But you got to find your team. I mean, even if you just know that they're there and you feel them, that's great. That's more than anything. By the time you'll know their name, they'll know everything about you. You'll know everything about them. It's just an amazing relationship. So, but it all starts through meditation, learning how to meditate.
That's the biggest part about me. My ADD does it. It's like squirrel. I mean, I'm just all over the place.
1,000 miles a minute too. If I didn't know how to meditate and control that, I couldn't do it. And I always try to meditate before I go to a paranormal site, so I'm focused on what I need to focus on.
Yeah.
Not worrying about I didn't sell a car today or what's for dinner tomorrow night, or I didn't clean the toilet or whatever it is. Because all those things pop in your head, you know. It's like you got to get rid of those so you can focus on the spirits there and what the true messages are, and what they want us to know.
Right. So. Oh my God, guys, y'all need to go head on over to Scotty Rorek. It's SCOTTY ROREK. If you want a spiritual reading, if you want a reading from him, I highly suggest going. Go talk to the man. He is amazing. Sweetheart. I've known him for a while. Don't go anywhere, Scotty. I'll talk to you right after the show. Everybody, stay free, stay safe. Always do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Switch it on and come along. Haunted houses all night long. Gaming streams and ghostly scenes. Just chatting with the in-betweens. IRL, she's on the case. Finding spirits in each place. Every game she plays with flair. Geeks, paranormal, she's there. Ghosts and games all night. Geeks, paranormal's bright. Just chatting feels alright. Trying to stream, it's quite a sight. From the haunted house she flies, gaining worlds under the skies. Chat and laugh, let's have a blast. Geeks paranormal here at last. Ghosts and games all night. Geeks paranormal's bright. Just chatting feels alright. Try to stream, it's quite a sight. She flies, gaining worlds under the skies. Chat and laugh, let's have a blast. Geeks paranormal here at last. Ghosts and games all night. Geeks paranormal's bright. Just chatting feels alright. Try to stream, it's quite a sight. In the dark she finds the light. Streams so fun, she's out of sight. Every ghost and gaming fight. Geeks paranormal shines so bright. In the dark, she finds the light. Streams so fun, she's out of sight. Every ghost and gaming fight. Geeks paranormal shines so bright. Ghosts and games all night. Geeks paranormal's bright. Just chatting feels alright. Try to stream, it's quite a sight. It's quite a sight.